Hi guys, we're on our way to Bridlington this afternoon to go speak to a lady called Mary who owns a Nissan Leaf, Auris Hybrid, as you know, electric and petrol. And I'm going to ask her a few questions, see how the Nissan Leaf works for her, and how she manages with the poor recharging network, whether she travels far in it, if she just charges at home, or does she use the chargers in Bridlington, does she come to Scarborough? There's now a couple of chargers in Scarborough, but one you have to pay for parking and use, and the other one is at a hotel, which you have to pay for, obviously staying at the hotel. But at least it's an improvement, but there's still no public chargers where you can just literally park up and charge in Scarborough. So it'll be interesting to see how the Nissan Leaf works for her. I've just recently decided to stick with the Auris Hybrid. I was looking at fully electrical, but I still think it's some way off in where I live to make it viable. So this is why I thought it'd be interesting to see how this lady makes it work for her in the area that I live, that I think it isn't viable. So I hope you come with us on this journey and meet this lady who owns a Nissan Leaf. Talk to you soon, guys.
Hi guys.
We have a lady called Mary from Bridlington. We've travelled from Scarborough in our hybrid to come meet Mary with her Nissan Leaf, see how the Nissan Leaf works for Mary, where she recharges, does she recharge at home, different questions like that, just to see how the Leaf works for her. Let her see how my hybrid works for us. So we'll talk to you soon, guys. Okay?
Thank you.
So Mary, what made you choose an electric car?
Well, my car that I had was costing quite a lot in bills, so unpredictable bills, because it's quite an old car and it done a lot of miles. And I was interested in an electric car, so I went into Nissan in Hull and talked to them about a PCP. And found out that I could afford it, got a good deal on the PCP with Nissan. And so that was like a monthly amount that I could afford, no other costs, and that suited me better, suited my budget better than unexpected costs.
You don't get real big servicing bills, do you?
No, because it's due for its service now. I've had it a year, and I'll just have to pay £87 for my service, and that's all I've had to pay all year.
That's brilliant, that. Because again, with petrol and all that, you get loads more wrong with it. I can understand that from that point of view.
For a year, I've had no petrol and no road tax to pay.
Yeah, well, on our hybrid we don't pay road tax, but our service bills are a bit more. But I paid like a 5-year in front, so it got cheaper that way for me, so I don't have to worry about the servicing. It goes in, and all I have is tyres, brakes, stuff like that. But did you find a year ago your recharging was hard to do around this area?
Yeah, it's definitely got better. Well, this was already in place, but I didn't know about it at the time, before I got the car, and then I found out there was charging in Bridlington. But I did get a pod point fixed at home.
Yeah. So did you do mainly charging at home first?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then how did you learn about the chargers?
Well, when I went for my long journey down to Devon via WOMAD,
Yeah. We went to WOMAD.
Yeah.
We were at the WOMAD there where Nerys did a speech on sustainable transport. So,
yeah.
So I think that was very brave of you, because I was petrified going down in my hybrid, and I filled the car up, and halfway, when we come back, the needle was halfway, and I had range anxiety in a petrol car because I had to fill it up because I was worried about not getting there. But when I worked it out, it was actually that petrol would have lasted me to get there and back. You've got 100% charge at the moment then?
98.
98.
It's been charging up on here.
Yeah.
So to 100% charge, I'd have to charge up here, or on a slow charger, about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It's showing me there, estimated time. I've done 11,410, 11 miles.
Right, yeah.
But it shows you here the 98. It's estimated 98 range.
It's better, sorry. 98. So will you get 90, or will you eke more out of it?
No, less.
So do you worry about your hypermiling, or do you just take it as it comes?
Obviously you do have to think about it and really plan it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've run out of petrol once.
You see.
I ran out of charge once. So that was a bit of.
I think everybody that I've talked to. I talked to a guy called James in Japan. He has a YouTube one called
Electrified Journeys Japan.
Yeah.
And he does travelling all around Japan in his Nissan Leaf, and their infrastructure is so strong. There's one nearly every half a mile.
Really?
They've got more electric chargers than they do petrol stations in Japan now.
Really?
So for him, it works. It doesn't matter how far he goes.
Yeah.
He can just literally pop off somewhere, charge up, and he's gone again. So whereas we in the UK we have to worry about where our next charge is, if it's working. Because there isn't one close enough after that, is there?
No.
You have to.
Because I went up to Northallerton a couple of weeks ago, and there's just one slow charger in Northallerton area. So I got up there quite easily. It was about 65 miles, 70 miles, something like that. Maybe a bit less. Can't remember now. Charged up, but we weren't there long enough to get a full charge to get me back to Bridlington. So what I had to do is go via York and use the fast chargers in York to get back to Bridlington.
So you still managed.
So it took a longer time, and I ended up being late for work. But I mean, you just have to kind of take these things in your stride if you want to, drive an electric car. I mean, I'm prepared to sort of put up with those things. Some people might not be.
So in 2 years' time, when this comes up for changing,
you
going to go for the 32 kilowatt?
I'm not sure really what I'll do, because environmentally it would be better to keep this car.
Yes.
Because, I mean, they might sell this on, but then, you see, I had the chance to sort of buy a second-hand Leaf, and I decided not to because of the range. Yeah. Because I knew that this was a longer range, and I needed the longer range, really. Right. So I'm not.
So is it the 24 or the 30 kilowatt?
It's the 24. It's the lowest one.
Lowest one.
So it's supposed to go 129 miles. Yeah. But it never. It wouldn't.
Real world driving and all that lot.
60, 65 miles is as much as I plan to do.
Is that in winter or?
Well, again, because you see, I can get to Hull and back quite easily in the summer, but in the winter, sometimes I've got to go to Hull, charge up to get back. But there are a few chargers in Hull, so
it makes it easy. Yeah. So once they've got the infrastructure, it doesn't matter what range these cars can do. You can always get to one. That's the great thing. Yeah. So it's getting the infrastructure stronger, I think. Yeah. And then I think people. I think they are starting to believe in electric cars a lot more than they were 3 years ago. Like myself, I was thinking about electric cars, and I went the hybrid route because I wasn't ready to make that jump. Yeah. And just recently, I was really thinking about it, and I'm still not ready to go fully electric. No. Because there's certain things in my mind that. What are they going to charge on ecotricity for the things? Like you're saying, are these going to stay free? Which will be great. And I think that's my biggest worry. And again, Scarborough, it hasn't got any. So I went to York, and they said, I can get to Scarborough no problem,
Mm.
but I won't make it back. And this was going back some years.
Right,
Now,
yeah.
it wouldn't be a problem.
No, you probably do it all right.
You know, because you have got the places in Scarborough, but you're going to have to use either the hotel or the car park.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know, you incur the cost of parking, which isn't a problem if you're coming to visit.
But I mean, that's really good. You've told me now that there's a charger in Scarborough, so I would probably, you know, go. I mean, I can actually get to Scarborough and back.
Yeah.
But say if I wanted to go to Whitby, because my son, when he first came, he drove this car for a bit. He came from France for a holiday, and he wanted to go to Whitby, but he had to park up in Scarborough and then get the bus to Whitby because there's no charges in Whitby.
There isn't. Is there none still? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
We'll have
but
to look that up. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
we'll have a look at that ourselves when we go through again.
Yeah.
Because I'm always keeping an eye out where they are when I go to your. Oh, there's a charger, you know, and then there's a picture of me next to a charger and stuff. So I know the infrastructure is growing, but me personally, I think it needs to be a lot stronger.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
but I mean, for what you use, has it worked for you in this year?
Well, yeah, definitely, because I charge up at home mostly.
Yeah.
And also the thing is, because I'm really conscious of the environment, if I charge up here, I'm using electricity that's probably made from fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Whereas if I charge up at home with my ecotricity energy,
Yeah,
I feel it's greener.
You see, we've got ecotricity and I've got solar panels as well.
Fantastic.
And I'm hoping for the batteries on the side of the house. So, you know...
I'd love to talk to you more about that.
Yes.
Because I've just heard... have you heard about the scheme that Nissan are
Nissan,
running
yes,
now?
I've looked at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah,
I think
hopefully,
you'd liked
fingers
it as well
crossed,
on
is going to be really good if Nissan do that.
Yeah, I left a message saying I'd like to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I still think it's going to be, a year, maybe 2 years off. But if they do get it where it's mainstream, I think that's the next step for people who go, right, hang on a sec, I've got solar panels. If I get the batteries and the car, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I think Nissan are very smart doing that. I think that's the
yeah.
first time they're smart, because I disagree with Nissan not having their own network of chargers. In Japan, they have them all.
Well, yeah, but then it does say Nissan on the ecotricity chargers, so I think they're probably in partnership, aren't they?
No, I don't think that. I think ecotricity's on its own, because whenever I've spoken to Nissan about it, they said they don't do their own chargers.
Right.
It's through third party, like ecotricity.
Yeah.
And I've always queried them about it, because I says, how can you sell an electric car and not have your own things? And they said some dealerships do, but there's a lot of independent dealerships that don't have them. I don't know, when you got your car, did they have one?
Yeah, they do, and it's really handy because I go to, my son goes to Costello, which is literally half a mile from the Nissan place where I bought this, and they've got a fast charger there. So
do they limit the charge there, or are you quite happy?
As long as you're there within opening hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can use it any time.
Yeah.
Because there was one or two that I've heard about that were limiting the Nissan Leaf drivers to like 3 charges per month, which I thought was a bit wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose if you're not got a charger at home and you're just using them,
Yeah.
you know, to charge up, I suppose, you know.
How you found? When you were on the motorways using ecotricity chargers, did you find that you had to wait for any, or did you find people hogged them?
I think once I had to wait. That was all when I did my big journey down to Devon. So yeah, generally, and I mean, you don't mind waiting for a bit, do you? Because there's generally 2 spaces, but only options, aren't they? One for the Nissan and one that fits the Renault Zoe, for example.
Because they have the different connections, don't they?
But I mean, if I waited, I only had to wait a bit, and then, you know, I had a chat with.
Because I know some people have found that a problem where they've hogged it. You know, they've stayed there longer than they should have done, and you know, they've gone off and left the car there, and there was no way for other people to do it. So I think, interestingly enough, like ecotricity will say to us, that when they start charging, that will stop.
Okay, yeah.
You know, it'll be a lot less. So that'll be interesting to see as well. So it's, you know, I think it's finding that balance.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, no, great.
Shall we have a ride round
Yes,
then?
please.
Right, I think I have to turn it on a bit more. So we'll just have a little ride round. Try not to get stuck in traffic.
See, I don't mind being stuck in traffic because when I'm stuck in traffic, I'm not using anything in my hybrid. So you know, I like it. It's like pretending to be in a fully electric car. I love it.
Well, it's true. Like because obviously the slower you go in this, the more charge you're saving.
Yes.
And so like before, I used to get a bit frustrated following tractors and things, but now I'm quite happy to follow a tractor.
Yes.
Because you're just saving your your range.
I found that out with the hybrid. It's like I like being in traffic. I like being in the EV mode.
Yeah. So that's quite handy really, and the thing is it's safe because it's kind of behind the gate.
Yeah.
And so nobody could
plug it in themselves.
And also the thing is with the car, I can lock the cable into the car.
Yeah.
And also you can't drive the car away with the cable in it, luckily, because I have tried a few times because I just jumped in and forgot I'd only plugged in. So yeah.
With your pod point there, if somebody else came in a Nissan Leaf and that was on this side, would they be able to just plug it in and use it, or do
they would, except it's hidden.
Yeah, no, it's hidden there, but I mean if it was there, yeah, there's no lock on it to stop people
using it.
There's no lock on it,
no.
Yes.
I mean there has been a couple of queues at you know those yeah, there's been a couple of queues at the pod point in Bridlington.
Yeah.
And I offered a woman once, you know, you come round and, you know, use mine. I don't mind, you know, it only costs a couple of quid, doesn't it?
Yeah,
because obviously if I went somewhere expecting to use pod point and there's two cars there and you can't charge up, you're stuck, aren't you? So
for a bit longer.
Yeah. So I don't mind, you know, if I see.
Do you
somebody,
charge up every day at home?
Usually I do charge it, but I've got economy electricity at night.
Yeah.
So
it's on a cheaper rate.
I can set it to charge from midnight when it goes onto the cheap rate.
Right.
So there's a timer on the car. I don't always use it.
See, I'd be different there. If I had an electric car, because of my solar panels, I'd charge it through the
during
day.
the day,
you know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I see why people do. I mean, Ecotricity is one of the best companies to have actually. If you have an electric car, it's one of the best companies to use.
Yeah, yeah.
Because one, you get the rebate, and also the tariffs are lower for it. And they're also using renewable energy, so you've actually put that all together yourself, which I think a lot of people have to do. So this is why we do EVs and hybrids, because we try and get people to educate them and understand what they're doing. So
Oh,
I've never met a living turkey before.
Oh.
Hello.
This is Maud.
hello, Maud.
Casparella is the other one,
Hello.
and she's not a bit more scratchy to pick up, but my dog's doesn't like them much.
Yeah, I dare say you think it's lovely.
Yeah.
Rescued them before Christmas.
Yeah.
One that got away from Tesco's.
Exactly. Well, two. I've got two.
Wow.
They're just about a year old, so hopefully they'll live to a good age. They got like little unicorns that you see, got like a little unicorn horn.
Never met a turkey before.
Oh.
A charge card at the electric point.
No, I've got an app on my phone now.
Oh, so you can.
So I use my app.
Right. What about Ecotricity? Is that on the app, or do you have to have a
That's still
card
the
for
card.
that? It's still
At the moment, yeah.
So like myself, I got into hybrids because I had solar panels. I was interested in being eco-friendly and like bring my bills down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so is that part and parcel of why you got a Nissan Leaf? Was you already were into like being eco-friendly? You know, especially with you being a vegan, that's another way of being eco-friendly.
Well, yeah, because we've been by that stage we've been vegan for a year, and it was just how can we lower our footprint more? Because I mean, I think sort of being vegan is probably more environmentally friendly than driving an electric car.
Yeah, which people don't realise that, but it's true.
Yeah. But so I think if you're really trying to be environmentally friendly, you go vegan first and then get the car. But then having the car is a plus.
I think that is a brave move if you do like your steak now and again.
Oh, you just watch a few reality films and then you'll soon put yourself off.
Yes. Yeah, because I mean, kids
join the vegan society at Scarborough College, and then you convert your family.
I mean, some kids now that think that the meat comes from the shop and nowhere else. You know, they don't realise.
Would you ever convert back to using a fossil fuel burning vehicle?
I hope not. I hope never to. So that's all I can say. I mean, as long as electric vehicles carry on going, which you sort of hope they will now. I mean, something slightly worries me about the hydrogen car. If something came like that and then all the electric cars, a bit like CDs and tapes, you know,
Yeah.
another type of car comes along and then everybody has that and then your electric cars become defunct. But I suppose if the hydrogen cars are more economic and more environmentally friendly, then that's fine, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I think it will complement electric cars, to be
Yeah.
honest. I think we need it. We need a balance.
Yeah.
You know, if you have everybody driving electric cars, and it will stretch the infrastructure. Even if you had a stronger infrastructure, I still believe, you know, you'd have people queuing up left, right and centre.
Yeah.
You know, even though most people will charge at home, but like where we're driving now, if everybody was driving an electric car along here, they will only be able to use rechargers because they're obviously not going to have cables going across a footpath out onto the road.
No, that's true. I mean, I think in London they have like pod points like on the pavement, don't they? So I mean, there's no reason why, if you had a pod point there,
and then
like a little, which could even double up as payment for parking.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, they've got a long way to go with the infrastructure, haven't they, to sort of encourage people to go electric.
It's getting smarter and giving people the incentive as well. We'll see if anyone's at the charging point now.
Yeah.
No, it's free.
Yeah, there's nobody today.
I mean, a couple of years ago, we'd never have seen a Nissan Leaf around this area.
No.
I mean, even in Scarborough, we're now seeing glimpses of Nissan Leafs, a couple of Zoes. But even just a year ago, you wouldn't have seen one. And I've seen a Tesla in Scarborough as well.
Yeah, I
So
heard about that, yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Simple as plugging it in there, Nuri. And there's the 2 chargers left.
This one's for the fast charger on the
On
motorway.
the motorways. And have you already...
No, you get 15 minutes free.
Yeah.
And then I have to take my phone. But I haven't, for some reason I haven't got internet on my phone. So
Ah, right.
when I get to the shop, I've got internet there.
So then you can do it from there. Oh, that's really good. Mary was just telling me that one of the first ways of going eco-friendly and that was actually going vegan, and then she looked at buying the car next, so that was the next stage. And then the third stage was having her own shop, Planetwise, which is a vegan shop, sells all vegan products, and that's just part of the whole ecosystem of being more environmentally friendly. So it's if you want a good move, electric cars, solar panels, vegan, and then you're completely lowering your carbon footprint, so it's really good.
Well, hello there guys. At the minute we are at Planetwise in Bridlington. As we now enter Planetwise, you'll see the vast variety of vegan food and products in this shop.
Hi guys, we're just going to say goodbye to Mary now. Thank you very much for your insight into the Nissan Leaf. It's a wonderful car. I hope you liked our hybrid with the electric and petrol. It's great that the Nissan Leaf works for you around this area. I just wish the infrastructure was better where I live. Otherwise I'd like to drive the Nissan Leaf myself. It's a wonderful car. It's certainly changed my perspective of the car, so that's great. Thank you for that. It was lovely to drive, lots of space. So if you guys have got the infrastructure near you, then next time you get a car, you may want to think about having a Nissan Leaf. So once again, mate, thank you very much. Really appreciate it today. Thank you for showing us.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Okay, guys, see you soon.